Hey, you know, it seems to be a problem. I have a marriage license and it has the date of April 30th, 1986 is what it says the birth date is. And the marriage license date says April 30th, 2004. They say a girl was 18 years old, April 30th, 2004, and I was 20 years old, April 30th, 2004. You know, I got beat up and thrown in jail by the police a lot. And they said I was never supposed to be arrested or locked up at all. And that something seems wrong because, it was like August 9th, 2015. There was a police report where somebody said something about aggravated battery or family violence or domestic violence or aggravated assault. And I was in jail all of August 9th. All of August 9th, 2015, since then. And I was in jail all of the year of 2016. And I was in jail in 2017. And in 2017, I went to a mental health court. And they was looking at the police report and they was like, so you did something bad with your wife? Well, why didn't she press charges? It's like, the state pressed charges. It was like, why did the state press charges? I was like, I don't know. They made a big mess when they did that. They're like, how? It was like, when you look at the pictures, if different people was using the birth certificate of April 30th, 1986, if different people was using the marriage license of April 30th, 2004, and it looks like different girls in the pictures, then I was the one being sexually abused. There's no way she could have been the victim of a crime, which is probably why she did not press charges. Because how could she be the victim of a crime, August 9th, 2015, if when you look at the pictures, I was the one being sexually abused, different people using the same birth certificate of April 30th, 1986, using the same marriage license of April 30th, 2004, using the same social security number, that's sex abuse. Because they say that they had sex with me. They said that their name was April Williams. They said that they were my wife, because why would it be family violence or all that stuff? And I'm like, wait a minute. If it was different people taking turns saying their name was April Williams, they did that stuff on purpose. The people who are not my wife. They was like, wait, somebody was like, okay, you gonna say your name April Williams and you gonna go have sex with Randy. You gonna say your name April Williams and then you gonna go have sex with Randy. You gonna say your name April Williams and then you gonna go have sex with Brandon. Brandon got mad and it was self-defense and was like, this don't seem like my wife. Who are you? And they said it was family violence. They said it was aggravated assault. They said it was aggravated battery. Because somebody said they were not my wife. And then I looked at them. So they was like, wait a minute. Are those girls or women or ladies going to jail for sexually abusing me? Because I have a marriage license and they say I have a wife. You don't get to use the birth certificate of April 30th, 1986 just because you want to, is what they say. You don't get to use the marriage license of April 30th, 2004 just because you want to. And when you sexually abused me, whoever you are, wherever you are, however many of y'all it was, I was never supposed to went to jail at all since April 30th, 2004. Because you can't just be having sex with somebody else's husband or somebody else's wife using the marriage license that I have and using the birth certificate and that they say is my wife's birth certificate and using her social security number and stuff like that for making me look bad. And they was like, yeah, the police supposed to be in trouble for that. Because instead of just, looking the other way because she a girl, they were supposed to say, why y'all been using the same birth certificate of April 30th, 1986? Why y'all been using the same social security number attached to the birthday of April 30th, 1986? And why y'all been using the same marriage license of April 30th, 2004? Because, being a husband, just because I am being a husband and I am married and have a marriage license, it's no excuse for the different people that said their name was April Williams using a marriage license of April 30th, 2004, using a birth certificate of April 30th, 1986. It's sex abuse. And I think my wife is mad and wants charges pressed and want them in jail and locked up the same way they wanted me locked up, the same way I had to go to jail. Because something seems wrong. You can't just say, oh, well, let's just act like none of these never happened. I don't want you being married, so I'm just going to act like none of these never happened. Or one of the girls that was saying they named April Williams or just try to start a fight with you. Because, that's what they said. They said that one of the girls said that her name was April Williams and she tried to start a fight and she wanted me to die or get killed. And then she was going to say she was the wife and get life insurance money. And that she was going to live it up with the other girls, the ones that sexually abused me and said their name was April Williams and used the birth certificate of April 30th, 1986 and used the marriage license of April 30th, 2004. And they said the police know about it and some of the police is guilty and some of the people in court is guilty because when I went to mental health court, they know I have a marriage license. They know it's supposed to be a person who said their name was April Williams, after I got out of jail from being locked up August 9th, 2015. I'm not sure which one of the girls it is or if it was any of them because they was like, it could be possible that none of the girls that was here with me since I've been in making may not even be my wife. All of them could have been girls that was just sexually abusing me, saying that their name was April Williams, using the birth certificate of April 30th, 1986, and using the marriage license of April 30th, 2004. And they say that's bad because according to the family court of Jefferson County, when they say it's a child and that I have 3 children, and when they say the birth certificate says April Williams has 3 children, born August 31st, 2004, born July 18th, 2006, and born October 6th, 2008, it's like the children would be like, so which one of those girls or women or ladies is our mom? Those are crimes. And so they was like, the police seemed to have took the wrong person to jail. And they said it's because the police was involved. They said that it was one of those scams. They said it was a Black Lives Matter scam. They wanted me dead And then Al Sharpton was going to say he is the pastor, and Ben Crump was going to try to get money if I was dead. So they told me to make sure that I say, if I die, Al Sharpton is not my pastor. Don't give him any money. And if I die, Ben Crump is not my lawyer. Don't give him any money. And if a person wanted life insurance, if I died from my dead body, they need to go to jail because they're the people that set the murder up, because she is not my wife. Because my wife made it real clear. Being married, you don't want a life insurance policy as the husband or the wife, because you want to make sure the husband or the wife is real love and not getting married just to get a life insurance policy if you die. You know, so my wife knows I don't want a life insurance policy because I want my wife knowing it's not about getting a life insurance policy if you die. And my wife, you know, she don't want a life insurance policy for me because my wife wants me knowing it's not about getting a life insurance check if I die. You know, stuff like that. Because I would never trust a person who wants a life insurance policy saying that they are the husband or the wife of anyone, because how do you know that she not just saying that she the wife and wants you to die and then get life insurance money? Or how you know that he ain't just saying he the husband and wants you to die and then get life insurance money, and that it was somebody waiting in the background that he really wanted or that she really wanted, and that it was just a scam. And they was like, yeah, that's why they can't do that. They can't just say he's not married. Because they was like, my marriage license says April 30th, 2004. And they was like, a child was born after April 30th, 2004, August 31st, 2004. And the child was born after April 30th, 2004, July 18th, 2006. And the child was born after April 30th, 2004, October 6th, 2008. It's not my fault if a group of girls, ladies, women, and some other man and some people at a hospital did some scam, because I don't have a copy machine of making different girls look the same way. I don't have a DNA machine of making a bunch of different girls look like somebody named April Williams, using the same birth certificate of April 30th, 1986. Using the same marriage license of April 30th, 2004, and using the same, you know, social security number. It's people that said that, you know, they don't want people doing that stuff to their son or their daughter or their child. You know, they said, if your children was married, you wouldn't want a bunch of different people using the same social security number, the same birth certificate, and the same marriage license, taking turns having sex with your child. And your child don't even know that they doing that stuff until after they tried murdering me. And I think it was in the year 2020, November 29th in Birmingham, Alabama, because they said, yeah, where was April Williams, or the person using the birth certificate of April 30th, 1986, when I was beat up and attacked in Birmingham, Alabama at a church on Sunday? They was like, my wife didn't do that. One of the girls that, you know, was in that scam, when they found out that I started noticing that they was different girls, she tried getting me killed so that they can get the life insurance money and stuff, and she was going to say that she was the wife. So they was like, yeah, well then, if April Williams, you know, because they was like, being married, having a marriage license, then my wife is the mom of the children, is what they say, because it's like having a marriage license and stuff. And it was like, it's crazy, because they was like, well then, somebody, not me, of course, but they was like, well then those girls in the court need to be investigating for, you know, attempted murder, or an actual murder, or kidnapping, missing persons case, because you can't just steal somebody's wife and pretend being them when the children say you're not their mom. When he says that she's not my wife. She was with some other man or some other person and stuff like that. And it was like, so, I am married and stuff like that, wife, wherever you at, I love you, baby. Family, children, my children, wherever you at, I love my children all day long. Now, those people that, say that they are my wife and they are not, they love whoever taught them to do that stuff. So if you don't have evidence that my wife told you to do any of that stuff, then something's wrong. And so they was like, everybody knows about it, Brandon. And they was like, it make the state look bad. It make the government look bad. It make America look bad. It make the federal government look bad. Because why did they lock you up and say that you did something wrong, Brandon? I thought the real crime was different people using the same birth certificate of April 30th, 1986. I thought the real crime was different people using the, marriage license of April 30th, 2004. I thought the real crime was the child abuse because the children is wondering which one of them is their mom. The same way I'm wondering which one of them is my wife. And since it's sex abuse, because I never asked them to do any of that stuff, they said each time them different girls had sex with me and was saying their name is April Williams and using the birth certificate of April 30th, 1986 and using the marriage license of April 30th, 2004, it is sex abuse. It is a crime. And I was never supposed to get locked up ever since April 30th, 2004. Because if this has been going on all of this time, the police were supposed to be finding out why was they using the same birth certificate, the same social security number, and saying they was somebody's wife. You can't just say he doesn't have a wife just because he told on you. You can't just say you don't like him just because he told the truth. You can't just say you want to say he not married. Because it was like the last time that, I ever went in a courtroom was when I went to mental health court. Judge Verda Colvin in the state of Georgia Supreme Court. Her name is spelled VERDA COLVIN, Verda Colvin, knows that I have a marriage license. And it was like, yeah, a person wouldn't just come to mental health court with you all of that time is what people said. And then all of a sudden act like they don't exist. And since I never went to any kind of separation or divorce place, it was like, yeah, when he was in mental health court, the girl that was there was saying she is his wife. He has a wife. You can't just take her. You can't just kidnap her. You can't just say he got to figure out who she is because they say she has children. And all of this is abuse. And everyone knows about it. And since I didn't do any of it, they said somebody did something wrong. And it seemed like at the clinic, at the hospital, and at other places. Because I don't have a gene copying machine. I don't have a person making machine. So it was like, where would all of those April Williams have came from? Who told them to do that? Isn't it a crime what they did?